What up, man?
What's up, Okoye?
Yeah, what's good with you, Brody? I'm gonna let some people go ahead and load up on here, but we can just go ahead and start it up, man. We all know what we're here for and what people are kind of saying about the Cowboys at this point. I'm reading through my comments. I even sound like I'm going to a funeral right now, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the way people. That's the energy. Like I'm reading through my comments, they're like, "Fucking fire Garrett." Then they're like, "Hey, yo, fire. What's his name? Kellen Moore. They want Kellen Moore out of
Yeah,
here."
he's done.
You know what I'm saying? Dak definitely is just like trash. It's nothing in Dak. He's fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody on. Like hit the like button if you guys are on here. But everybody on that talk right now, and it's like I mean, I get the concern. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be like, one of those dudes that just don't see, like one of those parents that don't see their kids is just fucked up, are bad as shit. Like Tommy's misunderstood type guys. I'm not that guy. But so I get the concern, but it's not as crazy in my opinion as it's been in years past. It's not like more of the same.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Correct.
Not to me. Not to the film. It's just not more of the same. You know what I'm saying? Like look, Anthony Allen. Look at that. Dak is trash, right? Dak, Dak just fucking out through the hole. He like, what more can I? He
What
like a
y'all want me to do?
he like a wife, like one of the. I don't even mean to say that, but he just like somebody who just like don't understand
I
like
didn't,
what else they need
I
to
didn't
do, man.
cook. I
Like the
didn't
boy threw
clean.
for 460. I don't take up for Dak unless it's like a
I fold
reason.
your clothes.
Like the dude threw. I
You
could.
still come home and beat me.
You see that angle he took on that fucking tackle? Like, did you see it?
Dak ain't playing defense right.
He ain't break down right. He ain't
Goddamn,
break
Dak
down
need to
properly.
sack Aaron Rodgers.
I know. I taught him that swim move. He didn't even use it.
Yeah.
That motherfucker ain't getting out one interception
Yeah.
or defense.
God
Like, what
damn
the
it.
fuck,
He
man?
need to catch the football when he
Like,
throw it too.
the team. Jazzy Jeff said, "How do you feel about the team so far, man?" Like, listen, I feel honestly the Saints game was exactly how it went last year. It was a closely contested game where, I mean, at the end of the day, Dak took a lot of the blame, and so did Kellen Moore for that game. But that was one of Zeke's specials. Like Zeke is the smash mouth guy, and I'm not saying Zeke didn't do his job. He didn't do his job in that game, but and the reason I say that, the reason I reference that, even though the Saints do have 4 first round draft picks on their front four, right, which is crazy,
Yeah.
right? So, but Zeke wasn't able to get yardage when the Saints played us like no other team ever plays us, which is they had two safeties back all night and was still stopping the run. So that's more of a Zeke thing. Like Zeke is supposed to kill and eat when it's only 6 man and 5 man fronts, and he wasn't that game. Not even trying to throw shade, but that's the truth, right? On film, this game, Zeke actually ran pretty well. He had like what 5.2 yards
Yeah.
a
A
carry,
carry.
which was
But
good, right?
but started off in the hole though as a team. So
Exactly. Starting off in the hole was what happened in both games, man. Like
yeah.
we started off late, fumbled twice in the Saints game, and then
Drops.
had some interceptions and off of drops in this game. And to say that Dak isn't shit or he ain't ready, like to put up his average numbers against the Packers is like 350. He put that up in one half in this game.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I can talk shit, right? Last year, me, I was saying Dak, hey, he's averaging 197 and 180 a game is what he was averaging when people were calling him the king shit. When I was saying he wasn't, he's not losing in those types of fashions right now. Like these aren't games where it's like Dak just can't get the ball up the field and he's like dinking and
Thinking
dunking.
and
All
dunking,
the
yeah.
things that we've been saying about Dak, he's not doing. So, and it's crazy because I have to do a comparison to show like this dude's just not the same guy. He's not. So if I could show a comparison, if I show the first video I ever did where I show all his incompletions then and I show all his incompletions now, if I did that just to Cooper or whoever, the misses go from egregious, like, there's no way he had a shot at this ball when he was throwing the desk to now they're right around where they need to be. So,
Yeah.
that alone is just, I mean, it's just crazy. They killing that. Like that first interception off the chest of Coop.
Yeah, Coop.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You can say it's behind like the pass to Cobb last week. Great. But it hit both hands. I don't
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
damn.
This is the NFL,
Yeah.
folks. I mean, them hands are
It hit both. Odell is only
worth a lot of
famous.
money.
Right. He only famous because he caught a ball with his fingertips. Like if the
Yeah.
ball touch your hands, catch that
You
shit,
gotta
man.
catch it. And then
Yeah.
on top of that, you gotta remember also there was a big drop by Coop which he could have just ran in for the touchdown.
Facts.
He just felt he caught it. The one he caught and then
Yeah,
he
that the
dropped.
one
He
that's the
fell to the ground.
740 mark. He caught an overhand and he
Mhm.
stumbled. If he didn't stumble, we wouldn't
Yeah.
be talking about this game right now. We'd be like, yo, Dak, we scored. We got
Scored.
across the
Mhm.
50 like 7 times with no points. Oh, shout out to Adrian Lindsay. He said, look up John Kitna practically built confidence. This will explain our temporary struggles. Um, I mean, you might have some points like maybe his confidence. You could say his confidence was shaken, but if your confidence is shaken and my quarterback's confidence is shaken and he throws, for 460 and a loss, I ain't that mad at him, man. If you're going to throw 3 interceptions, but you threw for 460 and 360 and a half, and 2 of those interceptions, I mean, just me personally, I don't do the excuses, but when is an excuse a real excuse? Like if your kid come home and he's like, yo, why you ain't do your homework? And he say, it's a bunch of bullshit behind it. Okay, that's just him making an
Yeah, an
excuse.
excuse.
But if he say, hey, if he come in with his nose leaking and he say, yo, boy from across
I
the
got
street
bullied. Yeah.
bullied me and he ate my homework and beat my ass. That's a valid
That's a
excuse. I mean,
valid
it's a reason.
excuse.
You ain't got your homework done. So it's like that with Dak, like an excuse in this case. If King legitimately, if Anthony Brown's pass interference was a
Wow.
pass interference, then King's pass interference was a pass
The
interference.
referees.
So
Woo.
and I don't even do that with the refs, but
Sheesh.
that's true shit. Like if King's pass interference was a pass interference, then by default, I mean, if Anthony Brown's was, then by default King's was automatic. At least what do you call it? Holding, defensive holding. At
Yeah.
least that he face masked him, but I ain't even that one and Coops. Like those are 2 interceptions that broke the back of those drives, and those are valid. That's valid excuses. You know what I'm saying? I know we don't do the excuse talk, but that's valid, man. Like it's real
Yeah.
shit. But let me go through here real quick, man, and check out what people are saying. But with that, while we're doing that, like how impactful do you think like the fact that one we were behind and they were able to run. But how impactful do you think Jalen's struggles are right now versus the run, and also LVE? Like I know you was watching the film too, so like
Yeah.
LVE has always been to me a pass guy, but he's been playing solid versus the run last year. So it's like I felt like the Rams game though this game, like we couldn't stop shit.
Yeah. Something was definitely up with those two, and I mean even Jalen Vander Esch, they're usually, they're solid linebackers and they can get the job done. But for whatever reason, they made, Aaron Jones he looked like the second coming of Eminem Barry. He was out
Right.
every play. I mean, there was bad angles taken. And also, again, I don't know if it was the fact that the whole time they were worried about Aaron Rodgers and they weren't really worried about their running game. I mean, the score, Aaron Rodgers didn't have to do much.
I mean,
So it was kind of like,
yeah,
they had to step up, and they still had to worry about the play action though.
right.
That's one thing you got, and then you got an elite quarterback.
Right. So if you got a balanced, I like that. Like if you got a balanced team that you're going up against, like if they can maintain balance, they can keep things honest on your defense. But even the film is playing right in front of my face. I always do that while we're watching, but the film is always playing. Like I'm always watching, and I mean when your offense out stats in
Yeah.
total yards, like we had like 500 total yards. Dak
Hmm.
had 460 of them. Like that ain't
Yeah.
no.
Oh, let's talk about the missed field goals too.
I
You got
mean,
missed field goals.
Mayhar, you only got one thing to do, bro.
In
You got one thing you got one fucking job, bro.
a
What the
comfortable
fuck are you doing? He
stadium.
missed the chip shot. I'm like, you got one fucking job, bro.
You got kickers
You
up in New
kick a
England
soccer ball through some
and
fucking
snow.
poles. Do your goddamn job. Like,
Sheesh.
what
Yeah.
the fuck, man? Like, that was crazy to me. Like, how do you miss two? You know what I'm
Two.
saying? Maher, this is what we pay you for games like this, not
Yeah.
for the blowouts where it's just like, hey, he got a field goal.
Wasn't
Maher got
cold.
a
Wasn't
field goal.
raining. Wasn't a
Right.
slippery
We in the
surface.
Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Ain't nobody making noise. Like, ain't no
Yeah.
it's
Home.
pressure, but come on, man. Like, Dak threw the game of his career, and we making him look crazy because people still talking shit at this point. And like honestly, I keep backing off my shit talk. People go in the comments like, "Yo, Okoye, man, they so pissed off." They're like, "Yo," they think that like you know how Gucci Man got cloned and shit. They think Gucci Man got cloned. So they like, yo, something is
The
wrong with the
real ones with the
Koye. It
Illuminati.
was
Yeah,
like, yo,
love it.
the Dak lovers, the Dak acolytes got to you, bro. Like, nah, man, the stats is really the stats,
Yeah,
man. Like, what you want me to say? I'm
Dak
not
is
gonna say the
playing
bull.
well.
I,
Kellen
I can't
Moore's.
say he trash when
Yeah,
the bull playing. Like, if he losing throwing 460, I'm not as mad as when he's losing throwing 120 or 180 any day. Like when we lost to Atlanta, it was horrible that year, right? And we
yeah,
had the same offensive line woes we had in the Green Bay Packers game. You know what I mean? But he still managed to put up big plays and 460 on a team that knows that we had to pass the entire second half.
yeah.
They still couldn't fucking stop it.
Hmm.
So, I mean, what else do you want to do on that one? Like, you gotta, that's not Dak love.
Right.
That's just real
Yeah,
common
that's
fucking
real
sense,
against a
man.
tough D line too. That D
Common
line is
sense.
serious.
That's common sense, man. They like, fuck Mehar. They mad at this dude. Mehar's a turd.
You got one job,
You
just
got
one.
one
You ain't gotta
fucking
read the
job, bro.
defense. You don't gotta.
Like,
All you
yo,
gotta do is
what was
kick the
happening?
ball.
What was happening on this play by her? He like, well, well, the way Suafilo moved his ass on this one, it really got like the trajectory off on this kick. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. You got one job to do, bro. That's it. Like, your job is easy as shit, man. And I mean, shout out to all the kickers out there who are watching. But y'all know your job is easy
The
as shit.
game was named after you.
Yeah. Fucking field goal, bro. Like, yeah, make a
Use your
field
foot.
goal. And block. I don't care if you break one of these dudes' knees, but the Smith brothers, man, if y'all don't chop block one of these dudes
Oh,
just to
yeah.
let them know, like, don't be running in here like we don't fucking kill over here, man. Like, you gotta like hurt something. We wasn't playing as mean as I would like us to play for people for a team that was losing. The offense was though. When the offense scored, nobody was really celebrating. They was scoring. They just walking out the end zone mad.
Yeah.
I like that. But the defense needed to have a little bit more swag. Yo, y'all hit that like button for me, please. I know it's like y'all just jump on and start watching, but hit the like button. Just get in the habit of that, please, people. You know what I'm saying? I only work for likes. I don't make money off this shit. And I ain't, you know what I mean? Maybe I never will. But just at least like it. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. But anyway, moving on. Um, I would kind of ask the question, but I think I kind of answered it. But pose the question about like Zeke and is it Zeke that's that's causing these last two losses? Like, aren't we paying Zeke to get through these losses? That's what
Yeah.
people. Those are the questions that keep coming to me in the comments and so on. But
Mhm.
like, what's your take on that first, and then I kind of spin off of that.
Yeah, as always, I'm not a stat guy. You know, there's a lot of layers to why stats are the way they are, whether it's the score, whether it's turnovers,
Right,
and you can't run the ball if you're down 2+ touchdowns. It's just not. You're not going to win the game that way. So,
right,
as long as Zeke is doing what he has to do, averaging what he has to average, what do you have? 12 carries, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
12
12
for
carries, something like that.
yeah,
It's not rocket science when it comes down to it. It's not Zeke that's the problem. Um, he's doing what he can do. I mean, hell, he even had a big pass. He caught a nice catch
mm.
along the
Yeah. That
sidelines.
was
Yeah,
a main one.
that was a nice one. So it's not Zeke.
I mean,
Not
yeah,
Zeke.
I agree with you on that. Like, I feel like, but I do think the Saints game, I give him the credit that. Like, I mean, the offensive line of Zeke in
Hmm.
the Saints game, I feel like
Yeah,
you got to
one
take
one point
advantage of
nine
six man.
average.
You got to
Yeah.
take advantage of 6 man fronts. You do. He
Hmm.
did in this game. They gave us some 6 man fronts in this game, but he gave us what we needed, but we had to throw the ball. So I didn't think Zeke was going to have a field day this game. I would like to see both him. I'm with everybody. I like to see both him and Pollard being used more, but I
Yeah.
mean, early turnovers was the common factor in both these games. It wasn't the play calling. The play calling is different. Automatically, the play call is different. You have to throw out half the playbook if
Yeah.
you're down the entire game because you know now that run pass ratio is definitely going to be tilted because you're down. That's just automatic. In the Saints game, no, we had enough. We were close enough to have a balanced game, but maybe we should have played a little bit more. Lights out. Oh shit! Sorry about that. I ain't got my alarm is on silent. My bad. I gotta like. I'm getting old, so I gotta like set up alarms for everything and shit. Like, it's time to take a shower and shit like that. Like, no, my bad. But
For sure.
anyway, I get it. Like, a lot of you are pissed off as you should be. If you weren't a real fan, you probably would be calm and happy right now. I'm not happy, but I'm not on a tip where I feel like that game
Yeah, where
to
heads
to
got
to have that
rolled.
many turnovers, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the where you ring the alarm and say heads got to roll, people got to leave town.
Right.
You can't beat the refs.
Right.
Like it's hard enough just to beat your opponent. You can't beat the refs. Turnovers happen, but off of drops, that's just it's tough to swallow. It's a tough, and you're not playing a bad football team.
I mean,
You know,
the Packers. Yeah, the Packers do what they do.
even though Cowboys are better.
You think the Cowboys better than the Packers?
Yes, I do.
Oh
On
shit.
paper,
Oh
and
shit.
if guys catch the football and people, we're talking Aaron, what? Aaron Jones, 4 touchdowns? You mean to tell me he's a 4 touchdown running back?
I mean, yeah,
What?
he is. He fucking got 4 touchdowns, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, you mean to tell me
You mean
he's a 4 touchdown running back?
yeah? This
Yes, that's
this
exactly what I mean to tell you, bro.
this Dallas
Like,
defense.
it's just not. It's not a fire Garrett and fire Kellen
Nah,
Moore type
no,
week. Now we going against the Jets and Sam Darnold this week though. Like if we lose and if we get fucking blown
oh,
out or
yeesh.
lose this game, then I'm on your wagon, right? I'm
Yeah,
I'm with y'all
then we gotta
100%.
yeah
Then
we gotta do some investigations
man, that
because
should be out of pocket.
something's not right.
That
Um,
should be out of pocket. But I'm not on that.
now I'm gonna ask you a question, Okoye.
Go ahead.
Does Le'Veon Bell?
Is he better than Aaron Jones?
Yeah, yeah, is he?
Yeah, but he can't pose the same threat though. He can't pose the same threat as a. I don't even want Jinx to finish this sentence, man. But I don't think he can pose the same threat as as a Aaron Jones
Jones.
because Darnold is not the threat that Aaron Rodgers is. That's what I'm gonna say. But I don't know, man.
And that's where it's stats. Sometimes you can't. That's how it works. Sometimes with
Man,
football.
people be out here. It's just crazy, man. Nick said, "Okoye, we don't have no home field advantage." Yeah, yep. We don't have home field advantage now. What's good? What's good? What's that? Trey Craig. I don't know what happened to the comments. I couldn't see nothing y'all was saying until just now. Marcus Hardison, man. Yo, Marcus always hard, but damn pause. My bad. But he said fuck Jason Garrett like already. I'm not even mad at Garrett, man. Garrett kind of earns. He must be
Shit.
watching. Garrett watched my videos, man. Because when I say, yo, a coach don't just sit back clapping at every fucking thing. Garrett threw his belt off. He was cussing people out. He slammed
Yeah,
some
he's
shit.
pissed off.
He got himself a flag. Like,
Yeah.
don't y'all like that shit? Ain't this what y'all be asking for? He like, are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Yeah, Garrett
That
normally
nigga
cool,
mad.
but yeah, he
He
mad now.
mad,
Yeah.
dog. Like Garrett is acting mad. He was even red. Like his neck was red. I ain't seen Garrett as a redneck since Miami, dog. Like he's red. He mad as shit. So I wasn't even mad at that. I wasn't mad at the way our coordinators played. The defense, people say that the defense, has some trouble. I think the way you beat this defense is force them on the field all day, tire them out, and run right at them. That's what you do, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
But the offense has something to say about that because defenses can play differently when this defense is built for pass rushing. Like we're a pass rushing defense. We
Mhm.
can stop the run, but when you try to get pressure with your front four, you're a stun away from having a trick play blow you up like up the middle.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah.
stunt out of the way and they don't have to beat your defensive tackle. It's no true one technique when you're stunting all over the place because your three tech and your one tech are sometimes either anchoring down or jumping out of the middle of the field. And if they get caught in a twist like that, it's over. If
It's
if
over.
that running back gets a
Yeah.
lane and he's a one cut running back, he just needs that one lane and he cut right back through it. That's what's
gone.
happening. So when you have a defense that runs as many stunts as we do to bring pressure and to penetrate into the backfield, we're not just strong arming people into the backfield. So when you got a defense like that and they're playing the run and the pass the entire game, they're going to get caught for a couple. That's just going to happen. But our defense is built to go along with this offense. It's a team. So this offense is a score first offense. We need to score early. And the only reason we haven't been scoring early is turnovers. It's not like a team. There's not been one team, neither one of these teams came in and just kicked our fucking asses up and down the field like we didn't belong there. But people saying, oh, we got outclassed now, coach. No, we didn't. Does Jason Garrett fumble? You seen that fumble,
Well, yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Garrett?
I mean, he can't kick field goals. He fumbles. He
You seen
drops
that
the
fumble?
ball. He
And he threw a fucking interception at lefty, man. He a fucking
like right
these
now.
these
Right now, you
fucking
gotta-
these fucking lefties, man. Like what the fuck?
Like,
Jason Garrett, Jason Witten, Dez, all lefties, man. Get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Ain't Kellen Moore a lefty. It's these damn lefties.
Damn.
It's the
Wow.
lefties, bro.
That's crazy.
Kellen Moore, you seen the pass interference Kellen Moore had?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. We
yeah.
might look. This
Chris
is
Richard had he had a sack fumble. He shout out to Chris Richard. You see what I'm saying? Like coaches, they call fucking plays and you execute, man. Like
yeah.
that's it.
That's why I said if I was Jason Garrett, I'd be like, "What are you
Did he
firing me for?"
right?
Jay, what the
What you fired?
what did I
He's
do?
like, what are you fired me for? Jason Garrett go postal. Like you go postal.
What possibly gonna we put up 500 total yards of offense?
When I come back, I'm shooting everybody's ass. He gonna kill everybody. He gonna kill. Dallas is crazy, man. That's the one fucking city. I live in Philly. I love the team, but y'all like the logic in these fans just make me scared of living in Dallas because that's the only place you can go. Like you could be in your apartment, living in your crib. somebody, wait, you like, wait, god damn it, what you pow? Like you done. Like you in your own house.
By the way, I'm a cop.
By the way,
Like,
sorry, that's not even funny. My bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Rest in peace to the
like,
dude
what
who died
can-
in his apartment. But I'm just making light of how crazy Dallas is, though, man. That's just crazy city. The way y'all think, man, is just crazy. Like people like fire Garrett. Like y'all got no
and
patience.
it's a city.
Texas,
shout
man.
Out, shout out to Dallas and Fort Worth. I'm always
Don't try
out
that
there.
shit.
Nah, I
now.
know, right?
They like, yeah,
I'm
shout
not,
out.
But
Shout out to
when
Sandy
it
Hook.
comes to
He said shout out to all the shit that every conspiracy theory. Like shout out to Sandy Hook. Shout out to people from 9/11.
Richmond, man.
Yeah.
I bang with Richmond.
Shout
man.
out to
I'm
Alex
always out there
Jones.
getting some watches.
Yeah, crazy, man. Alex Jones from Texas, ain't he? Someone he looked like it.
Yeah, Aaron Jones.
That was racist or something.
I just don't understand how it's always got to be pointing the finger.
Man, like it's just I don't know. We a real reactionary fan base, and I'm seeing that because Cooper had 211 something yards or more in a game. Gallup did like that play for a touchdown. I was like, yo, that's what I used to like to see out of Dez, man. Like a dude that's like gonna bowl everybody over and get it done. Gallup impressed me. Like everybody was on point with that. So it's like, yo, what you want done? Our defensive backs need to look for the ball more. Paul Mills, I appreciate the donation to the nation. And man, you right for real, man. Like you definitely need to look for the ball. I don't know why Anthony Brown is still in games, man. I like Anthony Brown's coverage ability, but his ability to play the ball is now a liability, and it just can't be ignored anymore. Like it just don't make no sense, man. Like he just I don't know. He just don't do. He do the same thing every time. It seems like it's the same play over and over again. He just always making that face, man. That damn, I fucked it up again, coach. And they looking at him like he's just that kid that just can't get right, man. They just looking at him on the sideline like he can run though. That kid sure can run.
Yeah,
he can run. That's it. Like damn, dog. Like what's up? I don't understand it. Like Anthony Brown is like. He is Murphy's Law. Like I said in that breakdown, whatever can go wrong with Anthony Brown always goes wrong. Field goal block. He about to block a punt. He falls, and instead of just falling flat, his body just slowly slid. It slowly slid.
You sound like Stephen A on that one.
It didn't slide fast. It's like that was the slowest slide ever. And he still just like still hit the bull ankle, man. Like there's nothing he could do to get out the way of that, Joe. It's like it's a fucking rap. Like he got up with the face, like, yeah, I did it.
Even it's just like whatever goes wrong can go wrong. Even with some of the penalties, like I know Quinn had a tough penalty on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
like
Lewis
now,
need to be in there, man.
Yeah, now the way the game's going, you gotta stay away from the quarterback. Like you can't touch him, you can't hit him, you can't even breathe on him wrong. Or
that clothesline wasn't shit. Like that wasn't nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, man. Brett Favre. Matter of fact, look, Brett Favre would have had 199 yards in this game, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. And like he's the greatest quarterback ever, greatest of all time. Brett Favre, greatest of all time.
He threw the pick right to the guy.
Did you see how Brett Favre crossed the line of scrimmage 4 times this game and still threw the ball? Did you see that? Like, that's Brett. That's just classic Brett Favre.
That's the real number 4.
That's the real number 4. That kid holding jock strap. Oh man, it hurt my stomach.
Sometimes I would watch Brett and I'm like, this guy's really
that's a fucked up jaw though, man. I don't get this shit.
Shout out to Brett Favre too, all his records, but
shout out to shout out to Brett Favre.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, how is he y'all saying he's the greatest quarterback? Really?
They saying my bad. I got people giving me donations in here. Ganja man. I like your name, Ganja man. I was about to say it like I was supposed to. Like the way you spelled it, make people talk Jamaican. You're
Yeah.
like Ganja man. Like you're like Ganja man. Ganja man. Got it. Damn, it's Ganja man.
What's that again?
What is ganja?
Yeah.
I call it weed. Anyway, video on Dez's return. Oh, of course, I was watching videos on Dez cutting, man. I would take him back on this team in a heartbeat. Me personally, you took Witten back, even though he got like I ain't even see. I gotta stop my jokes. My jokes are bad because people who don't know me think I'm serious.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But no, I mean, we need somebody to blame. Why not take?
yeah, bring Dez back to like yeah.
This
Since
is
we
your fault.
signed Dez,
It's your fault, Dad.
it's your fault. The chemistry's off. He's in the locker room. You see him talking to Brett Mayar about them kicks. Brett Mayar.
It turned into a comment, but yeah, I think Des obviously anybody that knows football knows Des can help this team. It doesn't matter what team he goes to, he's gonna be an asset.
Man, I don't get it, man.
Mhm.
Des should be signed though. I see him get signed. He's on. You said the link to him cutting. I'll put it up. But he was on Instagram. I think you can just go on his Instagram pages or Rob always open. Shout out to Rob always open. David Robinson always open on Instagram. The video was up there. That's where I saw it. Cheetah said Cheeto's following right behind him. It's like, yeah, something's up with the way we cover. Like we don't get the best out of our corners. Like, but it's not Chris Rashard's fault. It's something in the water in Dallas, man.
Yeah,
Cause think about it. We had what's his name? We had what the hell is his name? Mo Claiborne. He came here, didn't do jack shit. Brandon Carr was the man in KC.
okay.
Then he came here. He was like okay. He was just all right. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
Orlando Scandrick was like Mr. Average. He was an average fucking corner forever. He always play. He was like Anthony Brown for his whole career. He was like I could see flashes of greatness in this dude because he fast, he mean, he can hit. He's there. He's always right there, and you can't get mad at him. Cause it's like that bodyguard that jumped in front of the bullet, but the bullet still hit you. Still hit the guy. He tried to give his life up
tried
for
it.
it. He put his life on the line to make
Mhm.
the play, but he just something can't get right in the dude. He can never make the play. Like he'll tip a field goal and that shit'll still go in. He that type of dude.
Yeah, Aaron.
Like
And again, I'm gonna give credit to Aaron. I'm not gonna,
Aaron who?
obviously, Mr. Rogers.
Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
what?
I just feel as though when you're playing a great quarterback, I could give you an excuse.
What did Aaron Rodgers do? He was handing the shit out that ball. He was handing the
It's
ball
just
off.
exactly that, but
That's
it's
it.
just
He
the
ain't do
fear he
shit.
puts in you. Even his back shoulder throws. You're like, wow, that was great coverage. But
Man, listen, Aaron usually kills us at the end of a game. I was expecting that to happen. Didn't happen.
right,
Brett Mayhar, shout out to Brett Mayhar. Thank you for missing both those field goals. Number one, even the chip shot. We were in we only lost by 10. We would have been able to ideally tie this game up had that not happened. So
yeah,
how
or
can
having
we?
an onside
But
kick.
how do you still get out of a game like that after watching it? Watch the ball bounce off of Cooper's hands. First off, everybody who talked about Dez and said that Dez dropped too many motherfucking passes, right? Coop will not catch shit if he know he about to get hit. I like you, Coop. You had 200 yards last game. I feel you for that, but I done caught your ass on film too many times. Now I won't put him out there. Only reason I'm not putting him out there on film is because it'll look very evil and
Yeah, he's still
it'll
new.
look like I'm killing him because he is actually producing. But don't think the film. I know they see it in the film room. Like Coop in the Miami game, he had a ball like right over his shoulders. But after that Allen Hearns hit, he was like, nah, nah, nah. He pulled his arms in. And in this game, same thing. He knew that
Mhm.
somebody was beating down on him, but the ball hit him on his back shoulder. So even though he would have had to extend just a little bit, but he went to go,
Yeah,
I
that's a
guess, make
catch.
sure
That's
that
got to
dude was
be a
where he's supposed to
catch.
be.
Yeah,
But for whatever reason, anyway, he went to go turn around and he dropped that fucking ball because he lost his concentration on the ball because his concentration on not getting blown up. So I done seen it a couple times. So for those of you who even talk that nonsense, like still keep that same energy because Coop is balling. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but he's dropping passes. All four of our playmakers, no, not four. I'm sorry, because Gallup. Shout out to Gallup. Gallup is balling like a motherfucking grown ass man.
Mhm.
But Coop, Jason Witten, and Zeke for the last two losses, they are the ones who were, Dak ain't fumble. He threw some interceptions. He threw an honest interception. He didn't see that buzz coverage underneath Cobb in this game, and he kept trying to force the ball to Cobb because it seemed like they wanted Cobb to get his revenge in this game.
Yeah,
So they
that's it.
kept trying to catch Cobb on those deep crosses. That was the first half when they were trying to get him involved, and he was. They were moving the ball, but we just kept turning the ball over. But I'm just saying, like he threw that one interception where he didn't see that guy buzzing underneath. That was a Dak-esque throwback play. Other than that, those other two, I don't put that on him, man. And you can say whatever you want about it. I don't put it on him. If it was on him, I would have put it on him.
Yeah,
But
they gotta change that stat too. Like, there's gotta be
yeah, it got
something
to be
done
an interception.
where,
If the ball touches your hands and it's an
yeah,
interception,
and
you should get an interception as a wide receiver.
yeah,
That's
because his
your
QB
interception.
rating would have been much higher.
Fuck his rate.
He was in the 80s,
That's how
but
Dak
his
and what's his name, Skip Bayless. That's always talking about his QBR. I don't give a shit about that. Like, give me some yards and some wins. You can do what you want after that. I think yeah, I agree with you, Alex. Sistema. I think Jordan Lewis need to be in there. I mean, I really do. I think Jordan Lewis need to get in there. I don't care what they see in practice from Anthony Brown. Get uh, get Anthony Brown off my field, man. That's what I want to see. They ready to see Donovan Wilson on the field too. Um, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Shout out to Heath again. You know, he still was out there trying to ball a little bit. You know, shout out to Heath. He was playing gritty. Like he's the one who people really can't talk about very much this year. Him and Quinn were they kind of holding our defense down. Everybody else getting Oh damn! Right when I said it though, I'm watching a fucking shovel pass. Heath just got blown the fuck up on a block,
yeah, that
man.
was bad. That was
Damn,
rough.
Heath, I jinxed the shit out you too.
That was rough. I know
Yeah,
exactly.
I jinxed him. Paul Mills, he said, I feel like Zeke is either losing a step or he tired of running up the middle. I mean, he might be tired. Thanks for the donation too. He might be tired of running up the middles, but um, I don't know. I
Yeah,
think I
we.
I think Heath. I'm talk about Heath again because he just got this shit rocked out of him. But I think Zeke is protecting the money, man. I hate to
Yeah,
say it.
Zeke is
I think he protecting the Bentley, man. Like he's running like he just got a check. When he ain't get that check, you gotta run with your lights out, like a man possessed because you ain't got that check. Now you making business decisions. I really do believe that.
Yeah,
And there's another thing that a theory that we were talking about it earlier when we was on the phone. Remember?
yeah.
We were talking about the fact that Zeke is used to
As far
running
as
against them 9-man fronts. He's used to being a bruiser where he got maybe 8 in the box helps him because you got that safety, that extra safety that's up there. So once he gets through the threshold, he can get
yeah,
bigger
that
plays
first
and bigger
line.
runs because
Hmm.
everybody's up on him. Whereas when you got everybody playing back, yeah, you'll get through that first level and maybe into the second level, but those safeties are going to converge and those corners that are playing back now because Dak can get the ball back there. They're
True.
not they're not they're not up at the line anymore pressing. So
Exactly.
that's part of the reason, and then maybe
But
Pollard plays a little bit better in space with spacing spread offenses. That he's that shotgun type of back. I'm not saying that Pollard should get carries over Zeke or any of that. I'm just saying we're expecting Zeke to be pounding the ball when we're not coming out there in 20, 21, or 12 personnel looks not that often.
yeah,
And Zeke likes that. He likes to see two tight ends. He likes to
and the
see
score,
a
yeah, the
fullback.
score,
He wants to see two tight ends and a fullback. He wants all those bunches.
yeah, the
I think,
score throws that part of the playbook out too.
yeah.
Where a defense won't have to be tested with and load the box up for Zeke, and it could be what do you think about the whole offensive things where this whole, I mean, actually he's averaging 4.5 yards on the season.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's
I
not
think so.
bad.
Yeah, I'm dropping film this week, Sonic. I mean, that's not bad. He balling enough with that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm dropping film this week for sure. I'm working on it now. That's what I'm talking. Now, why y'all talking about Luke Gifford, man? Who should Luke Gifford play over? Nobody. Nobody. It's nobody that Gifford is gonna play over. Luke Gifford, if you want to put him at strong safety or some shit like that, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he can't play over LV, even though LV's knees hurt. If LV's out, I want Lee in there. If Lee's out, then I want Joe Thomas in there, you
Mhm.
know, or vice versa. So who's he gonna play over? There's nobody. I don't think he should play over Joe. Honestly, I want to see more Joe Thomas out there. When Joe Thomas is on the screen, he's flashing, and I don't care what anybody. He's flashing every time he out there. He's either missing big or he's trying to kill something, one or the other, or he's touching, he's tipping a ball somewhere, some shit like that. But yeah, man, get, get Lee out now. Oh yeah, Joe Thomas is better than Lee at this point in his career. I think Joe Thomas is like a young Sean Lee, a little more athletic, but they play similar. Yeah, everybody agrees with that too. Yo, Eddie, what up, homie? How you, man? Um, I think you're wrong, Michael Campbell. I think Cobb is an upgrade um from Cole. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, Cole Beasley. I mean, yeah, definitely an upgrade. Yeah,
I mean,
I do miss Cole though. I
yeah, I
miss
say that. I
Cole.
don't. I don't want. It's not like if Cobb or Cole. I think Cole can
Yeah,
still find room on his team. Both of them on the team would be great. But Cobb, even when he's not getting the ball, the reason he is definitely different than Cole, because Cobb has the threat of getting deep. You have to respect Cobb
yeah,
deep. You don't have to respect Cole deep. They sit on Cole, and that allows them to sit under whatever route is on Cole Beasley's side of the field. That you got linebackers. I remember we were playing the Colts game when y'all were mad we got shut out. They had Darius Leonard guarding Cole Beasley like on 3 or 4 different plays, and it was working. And I'm like, how can you not take advantage of a linebacker on a receiver?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that don't make much sense. So, yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
definitely wouldn't do that on Cobb. So
you ain't doing that shit to Kyle.
yeah,
So, yeah, I like Cole, but I don't think I like Cole's productivity on third downs. Yeah, but I think Cobb is still an upgrade. I would love to pick Des Bryant back up. I would love, I mean, any contesting like Des on this team with Dak playing better. I think it's just it would be crazy. It would be crazy. Even him going to a team that's a contender. I think Des just deserves like after watching what happened last year and the way Linehan left this team. And not like he left in the middle of the season or anything like that, but after seeing what happened post Linehan with Kellen Moore,
yeah.
it makes me feel bad for Dez, makes me feel bad for Cole Beasley. I would feel bad for Terrence Williams, but Terrence Williams, he did some shitty shit when he was drunk, man. It's one thing to get drunk and crash your car. Crash your car, man. Crash your car. Lie to the police, go ahead. Fine. Lie to the police. But why you gotta put your homie name in it? Why you put your man's in there? Why you put your man name in there, bro? Like that was corny, bro. So for me, like
That new
Terrence
age,
Williams was
man. It's that new
cool.
age.
He was cool until he did that. Like, no, man. Terrence Williams, why you do that, bro? Why you do that for? That was corny. Now they talk about Jalen running through wrong gaps. Jalen is always a feast of famine linebacker though, so you can't
Yeah,
just take it one day and then get mad at it the next. Jalen jumps plays, and when he jumps wrong, it looks bad.
and that's what we were
Uh,
saying. Them angles. There's
yeah,
some angles he
yeah.
takes are just off, but he is an aggressive
Yeah, he
linebacker.
gonna run in there. He gonna crack a lineman, and that might just be the wrong move that play. But when you're playing a team that's running that counter trap, and they're kind of like reading, they're running a read type of running scheme. Like if you jump wrong, that's the cut they're making. They just gonna cut off of that, and that's what they're doing to Jalen. Like they're running. They're honestly all of the way our defense is set up. We filter the runs to Jalen, so it is Jalen. When you see big plays, it's on Jalen because that's the way our defense is set up. We play contain on the outside. Even our stunts are wider because they play contain. Even our defensive linemen, when they jump outside, their job is to contain. If those defensive ends are crashing in,
Crashing you.
then they jump out there containing. But everything is filter or funnel everything right up the middle. So when you see teams running up the middle on us, it's mostly Jalen.
Yeah.
Did people say, "Oh, it's the defensive tackles. We need better tackles." True, true. They do hold up. They keep those offensive linemen off the second level.
Mhm.
But the way the defense is set up, your job is to get in there anyway
Yeah.
and clog some shit up because we can't get pressure with this defensive line unless we stunt. We don't blitz a lot, and if we start blitzing, then we'll start giving up bigger plays.
And that will definitely help the corners. A team that blitzes helps cornerbacks and safeties all day long, and then that might,
It might save the
it might
Byron
save
Jones. You was
face.
talking about
Yeah,
Byron Jones. It might
yeah.
it
He
might
took some.
save Byron.
Yeah, Byron too. Again, bad angles. There's no way when you're safety, so you should come up and try to save something. You can't go in there.
He ain't the
You
safety no
can't go
more though.
in there.
Well,
You
he
can't
still
go
he
in there.
still could play safety though. But yeah,
I
but
mean, no,
he
but
was doing that when he was a safety too though. He was doing that shit when he was a
well, no. I
safety
mean,
too.
I'm talking about as far as when they get to your level.
Right,
Like
you're the
you're
safety
you're
valve.
it. That's it.
Right,
That's all that's there.
right.
So you got to save the day. There was a lot of bad angles.
Yeah, Woods is missing though. That's true. They saying Woods is missing up the middle. The talent is there. There's mediocrity at the head coaching spot. That's what they said. What would be your breaking point with Garrett? Honestly, there's no breaking point. See, I'm like I've passed the point of no return with Garrett. I already hated Garrett before you guys hated Garrett, and now that Garrett is not on that end of the pendulum no more though. You know what I'm saying? Right
Yeah.
now, I'm not blaming Garrett for this one. He did, like I said, he didn't fumble. He didn't drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's not him doing that. So, and the way he called the game, I mean, it's not like he was using timeouts like an idiot
Yeah, or
or
mismanaging the
yeah,
clock
it was
or,
no clock
personnel
mismanagement.
or anything like that.
None
Like
of that. He
that's
wasn't too happy when we needed to get a swift kick in the ass. He looked like it. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see in the coach. Do you motivate? Yes. Do you take up for your team and defend your guys? He's done that. He was doing that this game. Um,
hmm he's
did
not
you give
throwing
your team a
anybody under
chance
the
to
bus.
win? Yeah. Did you have accountability? Yeah. So that's why I'm not on Jason Garrett's ass, man. Just he's getting there. He's getting there. I gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. He said, "I respect." Marquise is like, "I can respect that, Okoye. Peace, bro. But fuck, but fuck Jason Garrett." I can respect that. Peace, bro. But fuck Jason Garrett and fuck Brett Mayhart too. Like fuck all y'all. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's a true
Fuck
fan after a
you.
game, though.
You're
That's
cool.
how it
I'm
be.
out of here. Like fuck that. Like, yeah. Uh, they said Byron Jones has horrible eyeball coordination. All of our corners have horrible ball skills. Like it's like they come here, and I told you something to Dallas Water, man. It just make you not right when it comes to interceptions. They just don't get them. They don't get them. They don't got a chance. He said until Jerry Jones sit that old ass down. When you gotta leave Jerry Jones alone on this one. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and Will McClay, they put together a powerhouse team, man.
Yeah, they did their job, and Jerry, he's spending money.
Yeah.
The stadium's packed. I mean, he's doing what he got to do as far as an owner standpoint.
I mean, and Jason Garrett,
Jason,
he shouldn't have to challenge a catch, man. He didn't challenge that fucking coop catch on the sideline. And he
that's
snapped
the
back.
ref. Yeah, the
He
refs
shouldn't
are.
have to challenge no catches, man. Like
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that.
the
Like,
refs got it, and
hit the like button if y'all already ain't. If
then
y'all
he
in
got a
here and ain't hit
flag
the like
called on
button,
him
make sure you hit the
too
like button.
for showing emotion.
Right.
Like this is not the NBA where you giving out technical fouls to the ref and stuff.
And the ref said, if you don't like it, throw the flag. He was talking greasy. I was like, damn, he talking greasy.
Yeah, I'm with Jason.
Yeah,
With Jason.
he's on with Jason on this one.
Don't fire.
He's on with Jason on this one. Yeah, man. But I mean, this week we got the Jets. For all intents and purposes, we're not always going to get 11 penalties for 124 yards against us. We're not always going to get phantom calls. We're not always going to drop balls. Dak's not always going to be playing from behind. So, do I take it with a grain of salt? And think and take it lightly? No, I think that we need to be concerned because now these games count a lot more because the Eagles are in the lead for the division. But at the same time, I feel like to say that this team needs to be blown up or we're not playing to our potential. Look at the losses and the way we lost. We weren't out of any of those contests at all.
12-10.
Yeah,
12.
12-10. I mean, that's not an ass kicking any day. When we get that blowout loss where it's like it looks like I thought this was going to be the game. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching, because I missed the first quarter and a half, and when I was watching, I was like, "Damn, oh man, it's
From the
31 to
start,
3."
yeah, from the start, it wasn't like they were doing anything spectacular to just shut down everybody. It was more like shooting yourself in the foot. That's pretty much what was happening. And again, once the season goes on, we're gonna see everybody start to gel more. We're gonna start catching the ball. Like, get it out now.
Yeah,
Get everything out now. This is what you want. You don't want to be that hot team going in
right,
undefeated or 14-0, 13 and
right,
0.
and don't know how to come back from a loss.
Yeah, and don't know how to come back. Yeah, it's
Right.
time to get it out now.
Yep. I mean, that's real shit. If you really look at the way we lost that last game, I mean, I'm not for moral victories usually, but watching the way I didn't think we had a shot. I mean, after the half, I was kind of fucked up. I was like, damn,
Mhm.
it's messed up. Like, it's 31-3. That looks crazy. And we came out, and when we scored, I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, all right, we scored a touchdown. So what? This is gonna be
Yeah.
31 to fucking 10. Like, is it? and we just kept
And they
going,
kept
kept
playing,
going, kept digging,
and that's what you want to
and
see.
and then you look up, and you're like, damn, we can legit win this game still. So I didn't think we had a shot at that. Watching Coop battle back, I like Coop's attitude after he makes a mistake. Like when you make a mistake and then you put up 200 yards and you play beast mode like that, I can live with it, man. And those three, you know, those three plays or 3 or 4 plays that change the momentum of a game, they tend to happen to us earlier in games than anyone else. Like I think we can survive the turnovers depending on when they happen. If turnovers happen and we're already up, then that's different than turnovers happening when we're trying to establish our lead in the beginning of games when you're trying to get that cushion. Because we're a team. I'm telling you, the way Robert Quinn plays, the way Malik Collins is playing this year, the way Antoine Woods was playing before he went out, even what's his name, Hyder, Armstrong. The way they playing up front, even D Law, like the way everybody's playing up front. It's just for me, I feel like if we're a team because we stunt so much, we're a team that needs to be playing with a lead because then those stunts and those occasional zone blitzes and cornerback blitzes that we do, they'll get home a lot more.
Yeah,
That's what we're designed for that. And those turnovers that we're looking for, we'll start seeing because you'll have quarterbacks having to play desperate in order to stay in games with us. We haven't been now the first 3 games, that was my problem with this defense. We weren't taking advantage of those opportunities when we knew everybody was throwing.
hmm
These 2 games, it was like, okay, the offense didn't give us a position early enough because of turnovers to capitalize on these teams. You can't turn the ball over 3 times and miss 2 field goals and expect to be in games. We were in this one. So that says something, man. That says something. You said D Law is partially responsible for Quinn's success. Of course, D Law is D Law. He's a guy that's going to crash that side of the field, and Quinn does what we wanted Randy Gregory to do was just get off the ball quickly and fight your way around the quarterback to force him to step up. So that way, D Law's they complement each other real well because D Law's favorite move is not the outside rush. He sets his outside rush up early in the game, and then you'll start seeing he slashes right into the B gap every time he does. He crashes right into there because he's the stunter on that side. He's just good at it. He knows how to crash into the guard and still pursue the quarterback while sealing off that edge so that that defensive tackle can get outside of him. That's why him and Crawford stunt real well together because Crawford has the speed to get outside still from the middle of the field, and D Law has the strength to crash down in the middle like that. So that's his favorite move, but that's B gap and A gap pressure. And if you have a guy that's chasing around the back to make that quarterback step up in the pocket, we gonna eat all day. That's all day. It's on film. It's all day. That's not me making no shit up. Go watch it. Like that's how we play. So I mean, afraid, man. Like I'm not just saying this shit. I don't care. I said we were gonna be a 13-3, 12-4 team. I still believe that if we fall under that for whatever reason, the only excuse you would give them and only concession I would say is we got 2 of our tackles out right now. So that is something
yeah,
that you have to
injury.
pay attention to. But
hmm
I think Cam Flynn played well enough against the best pass rushing tandem in the league right now, Smith and Smith. The Smith LLC is a motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? Damn, he said, "Make America is white again." He got a Confederate flag. Who's a General Lee? General Lee held Trump president. Oh, we got somebody to block. Oh, look, matter of fact, you can keep him in. Don't block him.
Nah,
He
don't
said,
block him.
"I'm not
Let him
racist.
talk, man. Let him talk.
I'm not racist. My slave is black." He said a lot of crazy shit, huh? Yeah, man. Like I had a dude like that who came to like
I like guys like that though,
yeah, I
man. Like,
beat the shit out, bro. I will fuck you up, bro.
yeah, it's like come over
But
here
I know you
talking
on the
that.
internet, so you were like, it's cool, man. Ain't nobody mad at you, bro. Like y'all, people be thinking that's what racism is too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
Like you think I give a fuck if you say nigger and you mad at black people, bro? I don't give a shit. You mad? I'm not mad. I'm
yeah.
cool. I'm chilling. Cause I'll be able to fuck your wife or something, bro. I'll tear her up too. But anyway, you know what kind of porn she watch. What you talking about, man? I told people don't come on here talking shit because I will go in on you, bro. And you will be feeling bad about it. So you be ready to run into Walmart in about 5 minutes, motherfucker. But on top of that, just think about it, man. That's not racism to me, though. When you say, "Hey, all of you on this side that are black won't get, the same type of credit score or won't be able to live where you feel like living, or you won't be able to
That
go to
hurts
school.
a little
That's
more.
that's that that
That
bothers
hurts.
me. So until
That's
you
real
get a
racism.
school, General Lee, shut the fuck up. Like
Yeah,
you ain't
you
got no
just sound
schools, you ain't
ignorant.
stopping my kids, you ain't truancy
Just an
court,
ignorant
you ain't putting me
idiot.
in jail in egregious numbers. You ain't a cop. Well, you might be a cop, but anyway, he said the Klan is here. Y'all hide behind curtains and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I mean, come
I don't
on,
hide
man.
behind no curtains. Those ski
Yeah,
masks. These young boys up here ski
we're
mask up,
tough,
bro.
but we
We
hide.
don't do none of that. Y'all,
Ten,
the
ten of
Klan
us,
is.
10 of us show up at your door. If you
Oh,
take one guy,
when I knock on your door, you straighten up until you get here. Get the blankets.
yeah,
Get the blankets.
it's 10 of us showing up.
Get the blankets. We need our blankets.
I always thought, can you imagine getting 10 of our boys showing up to take one white guy? I'd be like,
Man,
yo, we some bitches.
stop it,
No,
man.
let
Stop.
me not
Don't
do
even
that.
do it.
I'm not even gonna do that. But
But it's
it's like,
like,
how do you
no,
feel
man.
good about yourself? You take
Get
10
the
of us?
get the blankets. We need the blankets, man. Go get them blankets. All right, now you can block him now. He heard me. All right, damn. You was a funny boy, man.
Yo, why don't they come to Philly with that?
I don't know. They be in like the middle of the grass country with that shit, man. Like the Klan. What is you talking about? This is not 19 nothing. 1900. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. But anyway, back to football, man. Uh like I said, I'm working on the breakdowns. I'll get those done for you. If not done tonight, they definitely will be done tomorrow. I have fighters that just left town, so I'm back to my schedule a little bit. Shout out to Anas Masaudi. That's a Muslim
Yeah,
name too. Generally, you
yeah.
might want to check and see if he's with Al Qaeda. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But anyway, shout out to my fighters, man. You guys make sure you follow me on IG as well so you can see some of my boxing videos, things like that, some of the training that we do. So when you guys see that I'm not here, I'm not making videos, I'm not being a
Just
lazy
working,
dude. I do a
working.
lot, man.
Yeah,
Really do, just so I can have the freedom to keep doing this as much as I want. You know what I mean? So let's let's get it, man. I just wanted everybody to keep their minds sharp. Don't let bullshitters jump in and fuck with you. You got to be unshakable, man, no matter what. Like, you got to stay that way. And what I see in the Cowboys right now is we're playing hard bell to bell. That's how you lose. When you lose a game where you can see that people gave up or they're dejected, that's where blowouts come from. When you're down 31-3, that's when you know where your team is. You know what your team can do if you're down 31-3 and you come back and y'all still firing off at the end of the game. When they're scoring touchdowns, but motherfuckers ain't pulling out markers and doing dumbass celebrations when they down 20 points, because it's not about each individual receiver getting their stats. They was all angry, man, playing mad. That's what I like. My coach was playing mad. So yes, there are times when Jason Garrett hasn't been who we'd like him to be as far as the way he is an authoritarian or a motivator on the side of the field. He's been too clappy sometimes. And I think he hears that, right? Because he knows this year counts. This year counts more so than any other year, just for the fact that he knows and everyone else knows that the Cowboys have a team, not on paper. We have a really good team.
yeah.
We still have a good team. All right. And if you lose with this team, he knows that this is it. So Jason Garrett is playing and coaching like that. Kellen Moore, man. He's a kid that nobody thought could coach at all.
Yeah,
So
young
now,
guy
of
from
course,
Boise State.
you're gonna have growing pains though
Yeah.
against some of these defensive coordinators. It's gonna
Mhm.
happen. Like, we're gonna come up against coordinators that have been like Peyton has been in the league so long. Like, Peyton knows how to manufacture wins. I said that before that game. So all of rah bullshit, like, pipe it down, man. The pain that you feel now feel a lot better than the pain that you feel in January if you're taking losses. So get kicked in the balls early. Same thing I like with
Mhm.
my fighters. Like, it's a lot better to get dropped in the first round than it is to get dropped in the 12th. Trust me. You trust me. I'd rather get
Yeah.
dropped in the first. You get it out the way, you know
Tell
it's gonna be
Porter
a
that,
fight. The
man.
rest of
You
the fight,
tell
it's time
Porter
to
that.
rumble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight. It's not no, I can play around, I'm up on points. None of that. You gotta rumble. So that is a lot more concerning than getting dropped in the 12th. So I'd rather get dropped now. Trust me. Now, anything can happen going into the late years, so on. But to think that this team is dead already and we need to fire our coach. All right, now those of you who say that, like, I want everybody. You see how I make General Lee look when he start talking that dumb shit just now? Like, I want y'all to start making people look retarded when they talk crazy like that. I'm serious. Like, they talk like blow up the team and fire Jason Garrett. If you fire Jason Garrett right the fuck now, right? And that's what you think about. See, thinking is not illegal. It's a process. Thinking, don't say you thought something unless you process the outcomes in your fucking head. If you fire Jason Garrett right now, what happens? This team is done. You know what I'm saying? You fire your offensive coordinator, we're done. You say it's time for Rob Marinelli to retire, but Rob Marinelli got these defensive linemen balling. Like all of our we be having guys like Benson Mayoor got a job because of Rob Marinelli right now. Rob Marinelli can still train the shit out of a defensive lineman. Period. So why should he retire?
Yeah,
Our
there's no.
defense is one week you're like, oh, we got a great defense. The next week they're like, oh, he need to go. You guys got to realize we run a scheme where the front four, whether it's the Tampa 2 or cover 3, the front four is responsible for getting pressure. We do not run a blitzing scheme. Chris Richard will not blitz because he runs the same type of scheme. It's just the back end is different than Rob Marinelli's secondary. Rob Marinelli's secondary is two high safeties. Chris Richard's is one high safety, one mid tier robber safety. Similar though, and we play too high sometimes too. But that's the only difference in their makeup. Both of them require that the front four twist and are able to get pressure off of stunts and twists and games on their own, right? So what do you think is different going to happen if Chris Richard is the one calling the plays? Nothing. Nothing, man. Now y'all talk crazy, man. People be talking
It's
crazy.
mistakes. It's just mistakes. It's human error. It's nothing to do with coaching.
Exactly.
Absolutely
The
nothing.
coaches are doing what they're supposed to do right now.
No, you might as well fire the special teams coach
What-
for
what's
Myra
gonna
missing
happen?
field goals. Yeah.
Brett Mayhar. Fire Brett Mayhar. Like for what? Bring in who? Have you seen anything successful happen
Goddamn special
when you
teams
fire
coach
your
ain't
kicker
shit.
or your coaches? I've never seen a coach. I very rarely see a coach get fired in the middle of a year and it become a great year. So why the fuck would we even be talking about
Oh
that?
yeah, that's a good point.
Why would we talking about that?
Like Washington all of a sudden
Brett,
gonna turn it
he said,
around.
yeah, but Brett is ass though. He is. I think Brett had money on the game like us. What you think? Shout out to my bookie.ag. Brett Mayhar made a killing last week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Hit that like button
Racked up.
too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit the link if y'all interested. Also, starter material, NFL gear, and all that is also in the link in the description too. Make sure y'all guys check it out. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, like this is a blip in the road early in the road, man.
Yeah,
And I
it's
think
before the bye week too.
right.
You can
Everybody
always
get it early. Like even the Eagles. Eagles had to deal with theirs earlier. Like they were like, we were busting. I was busting on my damn self. So people were
Yeah.
like coming at their necks earlier but you got to get kicked in the nuts to wake up sometimes. And that's when you learn who your team is. Because some teams, they don't wake up from that. When you got a young team, take these two parallels. You got the Browns, a young team that's very talented, both on both sides of the ball on paper, with a young coach, right? Now their coach plays like shit. He had Baker Mayfield in the game on two different games where they were either blown out or blowing a team out, and he still was throwing the ball, right? That is bad coaching. That's bad coaching,
That's
right?
when
You
coach.
can't get Odell Beckham the ball or or Jarvis Landry. That's bad coaching and bad QB play.
You got a
Uh,
good running back.
yeah, you got a running back but you don't run the offense through your running back. That's bad coaching. See what I'm saying? Like you can see that from a mile away with the Browns, but that's a young team that gets challenged, and when they get challenged and make mistakes, they don't rise to the occasion. That San Fran game that I just watched the other day, they had a chance early in the game to make the game 10. I think it was 10-10 or 10-13, and he threw an interception, and that broke their back after Baker Mayfield threw that interception in the first half. I was like, it was over from there. It was
there was
over.
no adjustment.
Everybody's energy was dead.
Yeah, 49ers had a crazy rush on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
It's time for you to start doing some draw plays, some screen plays, open things up for your young quarterback. That's when you could look at the coach and say, all right, there's something going on with coaching right now. But that's not the case with Jason Garrett.
Facts. I think Jason Garrett doing what he's supposed to do, man. So, like I said, shout out to all y'all, man, who jumped on. But let's not get crazy. Shout out to all. get the blankets. Like get our blankets.
General Lee.
You're not gonna do it, but General Lee, like, yo, get the blankets, B. Like, get my blanket so I can act tough. I need my blanket. Come get my blanket. Yeah, I got one of those guys. I got one of those darkies at the door. Get my blanket.
Guys like that.
Like and don't get it twisted. Like
what is he
I got a lot of melanated friends, obviously, you know what I'm saying, but got a lot of them on the other side of the coin too. I got a lot of white friends too, man. I sound racist when I say that. I got what? I got two white.
Oh, yeah,
I got three white. I got
I
some
got-
white friends. Like I really do though. Like so it's not even a racist thing. I don't think about it. Like when you sitting around mad because somebody is like a different color than you, man, it makes you angry.
I'm gonna start.
Like, you crazy,
I'm
man.
gonna start hating people because they got a different color eye color.
Right.
I'm gonna start. I
Right.
hate all them.
All
people
you
with
gray-eyed motherfucker, you
gray-eyed.
hazel-eyed motherfucker.
Wait, so why else do you hate me? That's it? I don't
I'm
like no.
sorry, man, but they make all kinds of shit for people like y'all, man. But
Yeah,
like I said, we got a gym here in Philly. We welcome anybody come in there. You can challenge whoever you want.
General
Trust
Lee,
me
bring
too.
it.
You can challenge anybody in there, and I guarantee you, we'll wipe the fucking floor with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to
Everybody in
start
there.
hating all black dogs.
Shout out to
Every.
Bozy. Shout out to Steve. All that. But anyway, it's been fun. Let me get back to my breakdowns. I mean, not breakups. I gotta do that too. But give me let me get back to have it, man.
Whoa.
Goddamn. Like, whoa. He like, whoa. He's like, whoa. He's like, cut.
Yeah.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't tell him on TV. Anyway, but yeah, let me get back to my breakdowns, man. I holla at y'all, man. I love what I do and I love all y'all, man. Let's get it. Peace. I'm still on here. Damn.
General Lee.
General Lee.
What the fuck?